Le Mans 1966. Ford's and America's hopes lay in the hands of three Kiwi boys. In car one, Denny was paired with the American Ken Miles. Driving car two were Bruce McLaren and Chris Amon.
Ford had declared, really, and it came from the very top, they declared their intention to win Le Mans no matter what it took.
We had major tyre problems in the first hour and a half and lost a lot of time. Because we got ourselves well behind, we said, well, to hell with it, we're going to go for it for the rest of the race, which we did, and so we had a lot of fun.
For the first few hours, the lead seesawed between Ferrari and Ford. But Ferrari's hopes then began to fade along with the sunlight. By the morning, Ford looked unassailable. But there was still 10 hours to go.
By the middle of the morning, the tension was starting to build up and we were in the lead. I spent most of that time, up till the finish, trying to work out what was going to happen, and just hoping and praying that nothing was going to break at the last moment.
Suddenly it came down, very, very heavy. Down the straight it wasn't too bad, providing you stayed in the middle of the road, just in case something went wrong, but it was still cruising down there at about 145 to 150, I suppose.
I got the feeling Bruce drove the last stint, and I sort of got the feeling we were going to win anyway, which we did. We crossed the line in front.
The three Kiwis had won France's and the world's biggest sports car race. But there was controversy. Ford had decided to create a photo opportunity. The car, driven by Denny Hulme and Ken Miles, was ordered to slow down and make it a dead heat.
Then somebody starts to interpret what they're saying over the speakers, and they're saying you can't have a dead heat at Le Mans because of the Le Mans start. The car that starts further down the grid is travel that much further, so therefore they are the winners. So then Bruce and Chris became the winners. And Ken Miles was absolutely distraught. I mean, he was crying, and they were trying to console him, the managers, and saying, never mind, Ken, next time. And I remember 3 weeks later, Ken Miles was killed doing some testing for Fords in the States. There was never a next time. And I thought, well, one should never ever play God.
It was billed as a great American victory. Ford went on to win Le Mans 3 more times with the Ford GT40s, but never again with a Kiwi driver in the cockpit. When Ferrari courted drivers for the following season's Formula One, they remembered the Kiwi who had beaten them at Le Mans. They made Chris Amon an offer he couldn't refuse.
Come over to Italy with me, Mr. Ferrari would like to see you, and talk about a bolt from the blue. So it took me about a whole 2 seconds to say yes.
But it was through his Firestone testing with McLaren that it was Firestone who recommended him to Ferrari. They said, this kid is brilliant.
It was quite a difficult decision because Bruce wanted me to stay on next year, and certainly things were looking a lot better on the Formula One front there. But it was also a boyhood ambition of mine, I think.
The 1967 Monaco Grand Prix saw the three Kiwis driving for opposing teams. This memorable race concluded with the New Zealanders occupying 3 of the first 4 places. For Bruce, 4th place in his own car consolidated his reputation as a serious constructor. For Denny, it was his first Formula One Grand Prix win. Chris Amon placed 3rd, but for his Ferrari teammate Lorenzo Bandini, the race was fatal. With the death of Bandini, Chris was propelled to the rank of #1 driver for Ferrari. His boyhood dream had come true.
It was a big jolt. It put more responsibility on me, which was probably good for me.
The remainder of the season was a battle between Chris Amon and Denny Hulme for the title. It was on the tortuous Nürburgring circuit that the pivotal race was fought, the German Grand Prix. In the end, it was Denny who prevailed.
Hulme is firmly in the lead for the world title.
This second victory suddenly brought the championship within his reach. By the final round in Mexico, Denny needed to place at least fourth to secure an overall win.
A fiasco start with Gurney shunting Clark and puncturing the Eagle's radiator. As the dust settles, Hill's in front from Amon's Ferrari and teammate Clark.
When race leader Graham Hill broke a universal joint, Denny was virtually assured of earning enough points to clinch the World Championship. The barefoot boy became New Zealand's only ever World Formula One driving champion.
When he became world champion, I don't think he could believe that he'd actually made it.
I think each year I get better. It's easier to do what I'm doing. I don't have to think or concentrate as hard, and therefore you're much more relaxed, and I think this is the reason things are going a lot better this year.
Dennis Hulme, champion driver of the world. This is only his second year as full Formula One team driver.